I'm Mike Avila with Sci-Fi Wire, and I don't like to use the term legend too often because sometimes it can be overused, but in this case, it's perfectly deserved. I'm here with the legendary comic book artist, John Romita Sr., Jazzy John Romita, if you don't mind me calling you the Jazzy one. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
So the Art of Spider-Man exhibit is coming in June to New York City. Your artwork from your initial run on The Amazing Spider-Man is going to be a focal point of that. Tell me about seeing your work on display in an exhibit like this and what it means to you.
It'll be something new to me. I haven't seen a lot of times where it's on display.
The original art pages that you created, a lot of fans don't get a chance to see those pages. One, because they're locked away in the hands of collectors who have paid a pretty penny for them. But a lot of people tend to overlook that aspect of the production process. But what do you think that shows about the work that you put into the title back then?
It's interesting. It sounds like something special was being done, but we were just making a living. The urge to make it as good as possible was so that we would get another payday.
So when you came on board Amazing Spider-Man, you took over for Steve Ditko. You took over for Ditko, who had really created a very idiosyncratic, very unique style of Spider-Man. First few issues, you managed a gradual transition in the art style.
It was hard.
But eventually you found your way. And your Spider-Man is very different from Ditko's. How would you describe the difference between what Steve did and what you did with Peter Parker and with Spider-Man and everyone else?
Well, some of it was technique, because I was a brush man. When I used to do the romances, I worked with a brush. And I could get some nice thick and thin accents and good clothing textures and things like that. Ditko was a pen man. And I felt obliged to do Spider-Man and 9 panels like Ditko, because that's what the fans are used to. And I tried for the first year to use a pen, which was hard for me. I lost my flair. But I tried it, and I think maybe in the beginning of the second year I started to cheat and use a brush a little bit more. And you could see my stuff was somewhat Ditko-like for 6 or 7 months, but slowly but surely I had to put some brush technique in there for weight. And then slowly but surely Stan said, you know what, don't try anymore. Do it the way you want to do it.
Is there a specific issue of Spider-Man that you remain proudest of?
Two continuing stories, 108 and 109.
That's impressive, and I bet you it's going to surprise a lot of people. I would think most people would go back to issue 50, Spider-Man No More, or something like that, but that's
well, this is because of the technique. I'll tell you why. Because I always felt like a visitor on Spider-Man. Like I was always doing Ditko somehow. I was trying to keep the character consistent. So I didn't plunge in there as John Romita. I was doing my duty as Spider-Man. So all the early ones, I'm doing duty. But by the time 108 and 109 comes around, when I'm doing my second turn on Spider-Man, then I'm different. I'm a different person. I enjoyed myself. I took my number 5 brush out and I did Milton Caniff all over those pages. You'll see more blacks and slashing clothing lines than ever I did in Spider-Man. And there are scenes in there that I'm very proud of. I wish I had kept the originals.